Hi everyone, Miss Katie here for Mad Science Club, and today we're going to create a spooky science experiment for October, flying ghosts. With this experiment, we'll learn about force. So let's go ahead and look at our supplies and get started. So first, you're going to need your film canisters that already have pre-measured cornstarch. So if you don't have a supply bag, you're going to need about a tablespoon of cornstarch to put into your film canister. Next, you'll need Alka-Seltzer, then a permanent marker, something to stir, and I just brought a napkin too, and then some warm to like hot water. We want to create our ghost, so we want to put a spooky face. I'm using a permanent marker because if you don't, it might smear. So we want to make sure that as we're like drawing our spooky ghost face, that we're using a permanent marker. Again, if you have the supply bag, I added a permanent marker. If not, if you're doing it at home, there won't be one, obviously. Okay, so I created my spooky ghost face. It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, you can see mine. He kind of has a little bit of a smile, so maybe he's not as spooky looking. Okay. So I have that. And then what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna take my warm water and I'm gonna put it in the canister. So again, be careful if it's not dry. You wanna let it dry for a minute. So again, you have your cornstarch in there, and I'm gonna add about 1/3 of this canister of water into it. So you can see, just kind of eyeballed it. And now I'm gonna stir. I'm gonna use the bottom part of my spoon. And you wanna make sure that you keep stirring. You don't want it to be clumpy at all. You want it to be nice and smooth. So just keep stirring until it's nice and smooth. Right now I can feel all the clumpiness. So I gotta keep going. Okay, so as you can see, it got much easier for me to stir now, nice and smooth. Okay, and then I'm gonna keep my lid off and I'm gonna open my Alka-Seltzer. And I want to take out 1 tablet per canister. And I'm going to break my Alka-Seltzer into some pieces. 4 or 5 pieces, doesn't have to be perfect. And now this is the part where we want to take this experiment outside so we can see our ghost fly. Okay, so now that we have our ghost and it's all mixed, we're going to put our Alka-Seltzer in. We want to make sure we do it really quickly and put the top back on so we can watch it. So I'm putting them in. Oh, I can start to see it bubbling. And now it's gonna start working. Oh, there we go. So as you can see, this one didn't fly as much. So if we switch it up, maybe we could see if we add a little bit more Alka-Seltzer or a little bit more water, less cornstarch, what would happen. So how did this work? Well, it worked because of Newton's third law of motion. So whenever one object exerts a force on a second object, the second object exerts an equal and opposite force on the first. So basically every action has an equal or opposite reaction. So when we added the Alka-Seltzer tablet, the carbon dioxide is released, which causes the pressure to build up in the canister. The gas rushing out of the one end of the canister, or the action, causes the rocket to move in the opposite direction, or the reaction.